Hi everybody! Welcome to, well, I guess the day after Groundhog Day and Draw With Me Kids. Where did Miss Rainbows go? Are you our groundhog today? Hello! Do you see your shadow? What? Does that mean spring is near, or does that mean get your papers, pencils, and pens ready because we're about to draw? So this is what we're going to draw today, guys. We're going to do groundhogs, or icehogs, because we really did miss Groundhog Day. But we do have some groundhog trivia and some icehog trivia. And what are icehogs, you ask? Well, if you know anything about our little festival here in Ottawa called Winterlude, it's not so little, I guess, the mascots of that are called icehogs. So they're pretty cool. Last week we did Lego. These are Sophia's little, why is this doing what it's doing? There, those are Sophia's little Lego bricks that she taught us to do using square and rectangles. There's her Cool Among Us Lego minifig and herself, Pan Among Us. So, Sus Panda. And there's me as a little Lego character. And then there's Benny, which I did. And we'll split those screens. Wow, you're really going all out for the awesome groundhog sound. We do have groundhog trivia and icehog trivia, as I mentioned. And maybe we'll get to that in just a second. Because today's is a pretty, well, I think it's a pretty easy lesson. It's just a bunch of basic shapes, like we always do. Okay.
I'm going to do one question, Mommy.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask what...
Why don't you ask your question?
What is another word, what is another name that gets French for Winterlude?
Oh, does anybody know what the French name for Winterlude is? That's a good question. Winterlude. And what I think is interesting, it doesn't really have... Winterlude is like a play on interlude, but Winterlude. So, if you know what Winterlude is in French, let us know in the comments. What we're going to do to start off these groundhogs, or icehogs, depends on what you want to celebrate today, is big circle. That's not black. That's okay. It doesn't have to be. Could probably guess, if you've joined us on multiple times before, or even if you haven't, this is going to be the shape of the head. You already started that. Secondly, should we give the answer? I don't see any answers in our comments, but maybe we'll give the answer. Secondly, we're going to draw two circles. So about halfway down your circle and out to the side. Draw two circles on the side. Just like so. What you can do is where that overlaps, you can just erase where it overlapped. And it looks like two giant circly cheeks. Because that's what they are. And then connect those two at the top with a big arch, just like that. Well, not an arch, a big curved line. This is slightly disconcerting. You missed the question. The question is, what is the name of Winterlude in French? That is our question. What is the name of Winterlude in French? And that was Miss Rainbow's own very own question, right? Would you like to ask it again?
What is the name of Winterlude in French?
We'll give the answer in just a second. Give everybody a chance. So once you got those lines, you can erase any of the overlaps. So you have this nice, big, empty section of a mouth. Here you go. Somebody says balle de neige. Is that right? Look on her eyes is great. You could look at the camera and show everybody that awesome expression. Is that right? Is that the right answer? It is the right answer. What are you looking at me for?
It's close.
Oh, are you getting...
It's baldonage.
Well, you're getting specific.
I know. But
So, to get the nose of the groundhog, we'll do a little triangle. Now, you can change these guys up to be big mouth like this, little mouth, big nose, however you want. They're your Icehogs or groundhogs. Once you do that, oh, I just realized I have this. Once you have that, draw a straight line down and 2 circles, just like that. We're getting there. Is it starting to look like a groundhog?
I'm doing my groundhog kind of looking away.
Oh, you're looking to the side. Fair enough. And I kind of have them a little bit off kilter, but that's all right. So you do 2 rectangles, 1, 2, side by side with the teeth. I think that James is correct, so I'm going to give it to James. You're okay. You're giving it to James too?
Because it's really, really close.
Hey, it's your question. All right. Once you have that big nose, you can do 2 arches, just like that, for the eyes. If you're doing from the side, like Miss Rainbows is doing one from the side, I'll do a quick review of that, so you don't only have to do one. So that would be kind of it from the side, is what you're seeing from the side. And then there's the arch. That would be what you're seeing from the side. So I can kind of see that on your screen. Way to go, Miss Rainbows. Okay, and you put your eyeball, so they're looking right out at you. If you want to have the mama, or mom of the group, or the sister, I think is Noemi, right? Is Noemi her name? Noemi? Oh, I thought you remembered this. If you want to have one of the girl ones.
You didn't even tell me.
Oh, well, my mistake. You can put eyelashes. If you want to have if you want to have the boy, it's Noama and Noemi. That's what it is. I have to look at my sheet. If you want the boys, you just leave the eyelashes out. Or if you want a boy that has eyelashes, you go right ahead. This is your Icehog or Groundhog. That's the beautiful thing about doing your own artwork. You can make it anything you want. Any way you want. And you put 2 little semicircles. Just little bumps like that for ears. It kind of looks like a big old teddy bear. Right? I think it looks like a big old teddy bear. I think it's very cute. And if you want this Icehog or Groundhog to be peeking out of a hole,
I can teach how to make a hole too.
You're going to teach the whole part, but I'm going to draw the paws right here. 2 circles or ovals right in front, just like that. And then you do 2 or 3 curved lines for the paw marks, like right where their fingers or their claws would be if they have claws to dig. And then I draw 2 curved lines just like that to have them out. I'm going to do the side part here for the little ear. That would be how I do it for the side. I put a little paw here, so you see one paw. And on this side, I might do something like that. So how do you draw the hole, Miss Rainbows? And then I can tell some trivia.
Here at the back, I'll draw a hole.
Okay, you go ahead.
See myself.
You have to see yourself.
First, you can draw the shape of your hole. I'm just going to do a circle one.
In this case, I'll show you right on the groundhog.
Since Mo's doing it around the groundhog, I'm not.
That's fine.
It's okay. But
so you can see the circle that she's asking us to draw around my groundhog. That's what I've done. Except I've stopped at the edge of the groundhog.
When Any part of the hole that's not on your groundhog, you can color that in.
Okay, I'll do that.
To make it look like the dirt is kind of collapsing in because the hole's been dug out.
Oh, you can do that too, yeah.
You can put a line and you can put other lines off of it.
So you're doing a little bit of like a cracked edge there. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna do the same for this guy. I might actually, there we go. He's a little taller than his hole. It's okay. He's a little taller than his hole.
You can make any kind of pattern you want. Like I'm making really curly, cute patterns.
That is an impressive hole.
There you go.
Okay, now we've got if we were to make this an ice hog from Winterlude, what will we add to him or her? What's missing? Do you know?
Yeah.
What's he missing or what's she missing?
They're missing a hat.
A hat. Okay. How would we draw one?
Here's how you draw a hat. First, you're gonna make the top of a semicircle, like that, on top of your groundhog
Okay.
or your ice hog.
I've got a semicircle.
Near the bottom, you're gonna draw a line that's parallel to the bottom line.
Okay. My parallel line right at the bottom.
If you want to add more like it's 3D, you can put a little itty bitty semicircle on the edge of the two parallel lines.
I see, just to make it
it
a
fluffy.
little bit like it's 2 layers. I like this.
Then you can put a pom-pom on the top, or you can put a design on the top, and you can design the hat. So I'm gonna write Winterlude on it.
Oh wow, you're doing a wraparound, so you're only seeing some of the letters, so you can see INTE for Winterlude. Now, one of the things that I like to do for my groundhog is I like to make mine just a little bit fuzzy, and our friends the Icehogs are just a little bit fuzzy too. And part of the reason we're talking about the Icehogs is I believe Winterlude starts this weekend, if it hasn't already started, and goes for 3 weeks. So I like to do little jagged lines like that to give a little bit of fur, and their ears can have a little bit of fur because as ice hogs, they, you know, want to stay warm, right? So here's my ice hog. He's a little bit eager with his nose right up there. So one of our trivia questions today, it related to yesterday, Groundhog Day. How many years ago did Groundhog Day start? Is it 50 years ago?
I saw this yesterday. Why can't I remember?
Oh, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 125 years ago, or 135 years ago, give or take. And as Miss Rainbows will point out, that if you get something that goes 50 to 100 and then 25 and 35, your guess is probably not 50. So I think you told me that once. You said, Mom, you have to make them a little bit more separated. But there you go.
You told me that. You told me that.
Well. Oops. So are you thinking? Do you know? A, B, C, or D. So 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 125 years ago, or 135 years ago. Miss Rainbows is thinking. She's trying to take a guess. She's trying to remember. I'm just starting to color my ice hog. I'm going to give this one a blue shirt like Noemi has. We got a guess of 135. What do you think, Miss Rainbows? Do you agree?
125.
125.
Or 50. I think it's 125. But
Or 50.
think it's 50.
Well, it was 137 years ago, to be exact. So 135 is correct. Can you believe that?
The thing said it was about 125 years ago.
Well, my trivia says 135 years later. And what town was the very first prognosticator?
I know this.
From what town did the first groundhog who predicted the weather come from?
I know this because I learned it at school.
He's pretty famous. It's got a movie about him. to give a clue. Oh, should I give some examples? Maybe I should. I'll go A, Wyerton. B, Puxatawny. Or C, well, let's just go Wyerton and Puxatawny, because right at the moment I can't think of anybody else. Which is the town?
I know this, especially when you give those options.
Well, I know. It doesn't give you much options, does it?
Yes, it is Puxatawny.
It is Puxatawny. And does anybody know, for a bonus point, what the groundhog's name is?
Puxatawny Phil.
Oh, boom, out like that. Good job, Miss Rainbows. Didn't let our friends comment on it right away, did they? Did ya?
No.
All right, since we're on the topic of famous rodents, groundhogs, the Icehog family first came to Ottawa in 1965, 1979, or 1985. And why is this groundhog or Icehog?
I know that I could figure this out with math.
Okay.
Except my brain is too tired right now after school to think about it with math.
Okay. It's too tired to think about it with math. That's one heck of a school day. I'm going to give them... This one, 1965, 1979, or 1985. First time the Icehog family made an appearance at Winterlude, or Bal de Neige. Oh, that's the other one I couldn't think of. I forgot about the Nova Scotia one. Shubenacadie, Sam. And do you know what? All these names, these town names are like, I'd have to take a pronunciation course. Okay, I'm going to give this groundhog a darker brown color, just because, why not? Yes. When did the Icehogs, make their first appearance? So you're not sure. Are you going to take a wild guess, Miss Rainbows? Wild guess. You're going to wild guess in groundhog? I'm not sure I can translate groundhog. Sonic the Hedgehog. No. Well, the answer is 1979 at the start of Winterlude. They came at the same time that Winterlude started. That's right. And an Icehog is, so the legend goes, a Arctic version of a groundhog that found a magic portal through the holes in the canal where they drain the water, and came and visited and saw all these wonderful people celebrating their favorite season, winter. And so they decided to stick around. I know, it's kind of a silly story. The story I remembered when I was a kid, when we came to Winterlude, was that they actually lived in the ice holes. But Apparently not according to their official website. They don't live in the Rideau Canal. They would have to learn how to swim or dig through a lot of ice. And then how would we skate on the canal? That would be no fun whatsoever. But they do like to skate, and they do like to build snow sculptures and things because they participate in all those activities during Winterlude. This year, I think there's going to be a lot of online activities. So people who can't make it to Ottawa, for obvious reasons, I mean, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, and you can't travel. You could see a lot of them stuff online, so it's going to be kind of cool. I know, I kind of miss going down and skating on the canal and doing the snow slides, right? That's one of our favorite activities at Jacques Cartier Park, right?
One of my favorites is the colored ice cubes, and what you would dip them in they would get the water on it, and then you could stick it onto the ice sculpture.
Yeah. You'd like to do that. You go back a couple of times when we go to visit just to put another ice cube on the sculpture, right? Because you really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make this guy disappear now. Oops. Kind of made... I'm going to fix the eyeball up here a bit. There we go. So if you're new to our show, we only have 2 rules around here. Do you want to tell them the rules?
Rule number 1. Mistakes are beautiful oopsies.
There is no such thing as mistakes. They're beautiful oopsies. And that's why you have erasers. You can always correct what you want to correct. It's your picture. And number 2?
Is you have to be nice to yourself and your drawings.
Yep. That's always a good rule for every day, isn't it? To be kind to yourself and everybody else and what you're creating and what you're putting out there. Oops. Oh, I'm loving this guy. I know. Let's get some of my shading magic going on here, right? While we're waiting for everybody to show us their creations. Maybe some people are drawing their own Icehog, or maybe they're drawing their own character who's a groundhog, or maybe they're drawing ice queens and princesses, or other ice creatures. I'm gonna give. Oops. I think that the mascots have whiskers on them like that. There we go. You got a good job. Oh, you're starting with some colors. That's going to be great. I sort of feel like I need to go back to darker brown here instead of the black as my outline. Because that black on those paws looks a little bit crazy. Looks a little bit out of place. And that's... yeah. And I might do that for here too. There. I think that helps. And it sort of gives a little bit of a different shading. And I do little fur, tiny little strokes for fur to get that feel of that furry edge if I'm doing a quick drawing. It's an easy way to do it for all of our friends, eh?
That's what I do.
That's what you do too? There. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. I want to see some of your... That's not the color I picked. That's okay. There, I'll make the eyes just a little bit wider because that can give you that really big surprise, I'm so happy look. All right. And I will make that dark color the whole. Cool.
Mommy, I like your drawing. It's ice and cool.
Oh, it's ice and cool. Well, I like your drawing. I was going to come up with a pun. I just realized the pun I was going to come up with was already used. So I guess there was no luck on my part. No. Miss Rainbows gets a little frustrated sometimes when we get into the puns. Not because she's not good at puns. She's very good at puns. And we will definitely show you what Miss Rainbows' picture looks like when she has had... Hello. When she's had a chance to finish it. Would you like to show us the in progress one? She has a lot of snowballs there. Come on over.
It's magic.
She's magic.
She's putting snowballs out of that hand, and she's making snow from that hand.
All right. Well, I love it. It's very royal. Oh, and I love that you did you do a little belly on her?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that you can see her little ice hog belly. Well, thank you so much for joining us and drawing groundhogs and ice hogs with us. And we're going to see you next week for hearts and Cupid. Because what's coming up?
Valentine's Day.
Day.
She's not happy because it's officially on her birthday.
Well, it's not officially on my birthday, but the school is celebrating on my birthday. That's what I'm like. It's Valentine's Day at her school on my birthday. That's okay. So we're going to try and help you guys learn how to draw hearts and cupids and all kinds of interesting things so you can make your very own Valentines if you have any that you want to send by email to your friends or that you want to send to your moms and dads or to your friends yourself. You can do that.
You said friends.
I did say friends. I did make a tendency. So thanks for joining us and we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Hi guys, thanks for watching Jolly Kids Edition episode 44, Groundhogs and Icehogs.
Yay!
If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
That's right.
That way you'll never ever miss another Jolly Kids Edition.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Bye!
Bye, people.